this week because we're talking about, what are we talking about this week, Nick?
Today I thought we'd have a recap on equipment. So one of the things that I often get asked is, how do I go about live streaming? And there's a whole host of ways you can do it. So, and it's like, what sort of equipment do you need? Well,
yeah,
we can start off super basic and just go from your computer or your phone, anywhere that's got a camera attached to it. And you need to have somewhere you can go live. So, I was, as an example, super basic one this morning. I was live streaming into a group just on the phone, and that was it. Totally raw. And so literally the only thing I did other than pressing the live button on Facebook was to go into the phone, just switch the mirror around so that it had the right view. And yeah, it was good to go, and had a lovely little live stream down by a local pond. So I was kind of like nature boy this morning, really. It was like, there was this will show to everyone how sad I can be at times. I saw a crane, not a crane at the pond about a week ago, and it's one I'd not seen a crane in years. And I actually thought it was a statue on a little island, and then we noticed that actually it moved its head. It's like, oh my god! So I now go down there pretty much every day to try and capture the crane on a little video. And the closest I came was last week, when, being as quiet as a baby elephant, I snuck up on it and it promptly flew away before I was ready. I didn't have my camera ready. It was like, and it flew, and then it went into the rushes and I couldn't see it. Had I been ready, it would have made the most beautiful shot and would have been live streaming heaven. But as it was, it was all a bit of a letdown. But that's the easiest thing to do to live stream is to go on your phone as a total beginner. And again, natively, I did one from my computer a couple of weeks ago. Not done this for ages. I went on another Facebook group, and I just did it from the Facebook live stream page, which was very strange, because obviously we like to use third-party software to make our lives a heck of a lot better. So
it's as we say hello to, and show it on screen.
Oh,
possibly. We've got somebody watching. Just a minute.
Yeah, from South Aussie land.
Hello, Roz. About to head to bed and saw notification you're live. We are live. We most definitely are live. We're live on desktop today. But I think it's interesting on the mobile phone front. It is the easiest way to go live, because basically all you need is your mobile phone. And the camera on a mobile phone is as good as, if not better, than the desktop cameras.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we've come a long way in terms of, now. If you're actually using your mobile phone in your office to broadcast, would you have a stand?
Oh, funny you should say that. I've not yet taken it out of its packet. But I have a new stand there because I splashed out at the weekend.
Yeah.
And I've got a stand and a ring light.
Wow.
And so I wanted to be ready for today, Stephen, but failed spectacularly.
No, I've got my stand too. And nice. if you got a mobile phone, you're out and about, people accept the fact that it's going to move. Yep. But if you're stationary, then your camera should be stationary too. And you can either have one like that, or you can have one like that. Yeah. And you've got one like Nick's. So you've got plenty of choice.
Yeah, it's like a selfie. It's like a selfie stick, but with a stand on it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll put that one back carefully so it doesn't fall on the floor. Yeah. So that one belongs up there. And over to Ros. And Ros is saying, an Archon. It is. It is. I remember the brand well. They worked with Belive in the early days, and Archon mounts are a well-respected provider of stands. Yeah, in fact, they used to give mounts away as prizes. I remember well. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That was the way of doing it. And the head-on show had his own live show. Right. Nice. I'd love to get a gimbal holder for mobile broadcasting. Okay. Stay there.
Yeah, you get yours. I'll go get mine. What is your gimbal of choice?
It's a Hohem. Let me read it. iSteady Mobile, and it's the one I used yesterday when I went to Stonehenge.
Oh, yep.
And it's only small. I mean, if I go full screen here, okay, and hide Ross's comment, that's it. That's the extent of it. And then you have that, and you can then make it into a static. But basically, the phone just goes into there, and that's it. Switch it on, and it keeps, well, it stops the seasickness bit because the phone is not all jerky and shaking about, and all is good. Right, okay. And Nick is back, and Nick has got his gimbal. Let's see.
Let's compare gimbals. So yeah, this is my one. It's a Smooth 2. So basically unclips, then you put your phone in, and it will whiz around. It's got a little button so you can whiz it around, and yeah, it'll actually follow you. Rather scarily, it'll follow you if you put it on a stand itself. Set it up, and it will follow you as you track around the room. Now, how often have I used that feature? Once, just to demonstrate it, just because I could. So
I've got my own gimbal story. Somewhere in the boxes in this office is another gimbal, and that was used about 2 or 3 times. Then I lost the charging lead, and I could not charge it. And if you can't find the cable and you can't charge it, you can't use it. So I persuaded myself it was time to get a new one. So I've gone for the iSteady mobile, and they all work well, don't they? I mean, they make a great deal of difference to the quality of the video.
They do, yeah. If you just, it's like an easy demonstration to make. Hold it with your hand and walk along, and hold it with a gimbal and walk along, and it's like chalk and cheese, absolutely. And this is why this is what gives you the great film production values that you can get when you're live streaming. So all these little things just add up and help you, because you've kind of taken this easy live streaming with your phone to a whole new level, Stephen.
Well, I mean, we often talk about them, but it's all about Switchboard Live. And Switchboard Live did a new feature, which I've now used 3 times with great success, in that you can actually go live on your mobile phone when you're out and about and everything else is taken care of. As soon as you press one button, then you're live, and I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and anywhere else I want to be. And it's just, I'm so blown away with it. I did the broadcast yesterday. I was going to say it was pissing down, but it wasn't. It was very heavy rain yesterday over at Stonehenge. And I was equipped with the gimbal I've just shown you on my mobile phone, and I went walkabout. And I walked from the visitor centre up to Stonehenge itself, and got sodden, but I enjoyed it perversely. I got some strange looks from the bus drivers coming the other way. But I finally arrived there, and we actually got to the henge, and people actually saw Stonehenge, and it was an experience, and one which should be repeated when weather's a bit better. I didn't pick the best of days, but because we've got to book 7 days in advance, you've no idea what the weather's going to be.
Oh no! Oh, yeah. Is that all because of the pandemic?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Right. Well, gimbals. Ros started around about. We're going to talk pounds here, as Nick and I are in sterling country. Start from about £50 up, and thing is, read the reviews. Look at some of Nick's videos, look at some of my videos, look at everybody who's been using a gimbal, and then just ask them which one, and they'll be happy to tell you.
That's it. I do have another one that's a Chinese gimbal. I didn't get it from Alibaba or anything like that, but it's a Chinese make that I can't even pronounce. I won't even try to. But I had a friend, Kit Fanner, his name, and he's a photographer and like a kind of videographer, actually down in the South Coast, Southampton way. And he'd got one. He'd been testing gimbals for like a couple of years, and he said this was the best one he'd found. I mean, it was expensive; it was £200. But for life me, I could never get it to work with the app that you had to fill it up with the phone. So that's why I got my Smooth 2, which I think was about £60 at the time, and does a really good job. So I'm quite happy. So I do have another gimbal as well that I might break out one day and just retry to have it working, because it came in a beautiful box, but alas, it was I could never quite get it to work properly. But gimbals aside, what would you say the next, or what would you say would be the most not maybe effective, but your most favorite piece of kit for live streaming? Do you have like a go-to?
No, you've thrown me there. No, I actually go for the microphone. Strangely enough, because the microphone when you're broadcasting on the desktop, microphone is very important, because people will move on if your audio isn't good. Just want to go back to mobiles for a moment, just for Roz. It is the iSteady. It could be back to front. The iSteady mobile, which comes, as Nick says, the boxing on these things is absolutely brilliant, and it's so easy to set up.
That looks good.
And it works. So yeah, my favorite piece of kit, or my most important piece of kit, is my microphone. Nick, what's yours?
Probably the same. Well, can't use it outside, but I do love my Blue Yeti microphone, and it's great because not just it does a great job. It's like a directional mic, so you can switch it, say just one direction, or you can have it omnidirectional if you're having a chat with other people, and a couple of other settings that I've never used. And it's great. But the really cool, the best thing about this microphone is that people think you're amazing. You rock up, seriously. You rock up to film somewhere with one of these, and I've done it so many times. And the amount of attention this Blue Yeti gets, particularly from women, more attention than me, that's for certain. But yeah, it's just, I don't know whether it's the aesthetically pleasing shape, but yeah, it's just so funny. It gets so many comments and notices. And again, it was I got it I think I got it on eBay or somewhere like that. So I didn't pay full price. I think I only paid about £90 for it, something like that. But it's had me in good stead, and I've done podcasts with it, and I use it every time I'm at home using it. So yeah, I love it. But as I say, can't really take it out on the road.
No, well, that wouldn't be practical, would it? Which is why one of the things that I use when I'm out with the mobile phone is just a small lapel microphone, which plugs into the mobile phone. The thing is that because it's against your body, it doesn't pick up all the surrounding noises. And so a microphone is very important when you go out and about, because your phone microphone, it can hear everything, whereas a lapel microphone, your voice, whatever is happening around you, your voice is constant and clear. And if, like yesterday, when Angelica was walking with me around the henge, we could hear Angelica clearly as well. And it was being picked up by the microphone. Roz has just said that we are at the moment a little bit, we're not moving.
Oh no.
So I'm just going to, I'm just got a phone. This is not the best way to share a mobile screen phone. Mobile phone screen. But we do appear to be live. Yeah, and thank you to everybody who's watching. live on my profile. If you've got any questions, please ask them. Roz, if you could refresh it, it might improve. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Mine. Yeah, live on mine as well. So that's always refreshing.
Well, the other thing is, just going back to mobile, is that because I've got into this gimbal and going everywhere, and I will go everywhere this summer, is I've got 4G without limits. Because I discovered, as you've already discovered, that this broadcasting lark eats so much bandwidth.
It does. It's a bandwidth monster. I've been using, and it was all thanks to you, Stephen, wasn't it? Actually, I was floundering. This time last year, March time last year, so a little earlier even. And yes, and I was desperately trying to use BeLive, and I just didn't have enough bandwidth. I had rubbish connectivity, and it was you that said, "Oh, why don't you buzz it through your phone?" It's like a genius idea. I was all for throwing my computer out the window, quitting, going and getting a job working in McDonald's, flipping burgers. But no, thank God, Stephen, you saved me with that, with your excellent advice and top tips. But yeah, it does. And I've been on a actually, there's two things I had to do. I had to get unlimited data, which was fine. But then in the process of doing that, they then decided to cap my data at 10 megs up and 10 down.
Right.
And it was like, well, that really wasn't very helpful because because it was always running at the bottom end. So I then had to get back to them and say, no. I used to have limitless, or the highest amount.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, but that's a different tariff. Anyway, after a brief discussion and a reminder that I've been with them for like 15 years, they very kindly said, that's okay, you can keep it. You can keep the tariff, and we'll give you back the highest speed we have. So that's good. But I'd say this blew me away the other day. I was chatting to my friend Bev in the Philippines, and I was saying, oh yeah, I'm quite good. I've got this 4G and I've been using that, and that's quite fast. And then she just said, haven't you got 5G? And I said, oh yes, we're getting it. I mean, it should be here next year. And she promptly told me that, she said, I thought these first world countries would have had 5G by now. We've got 5G. And she screenshotted. She sent me a screenshot of her speeds, and it was like I just went off and cried. To be honest, it's like,
well, yeah, we assume that because we're sort of first world, that we've got the best technology, but it doesn't always follow, does it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
So, yeah.
I mean, I know John Upton's on Virgin, and he's got a ridiculous broadband width. And over to Roz, and Roz saying, all right, she thinks it was her. And we'll check the recording afterwards, Roz, and find out what was going on. Okay, to everybody who's watching live, and I know that there are 5 people watching on my Facebook page who are not showing here. The thing is that we're actually using, as usual now, a hybrid system. We're going out direct from Restream to Facebook, and then we're going from Restream to Switchboard Live, and that's where people on my profile are actually watching it. So I can't see your comments at the moment, but I will answer them after this broadcast. We're moving into an era, Nick and I know this well, from something that happened earlier today, which we can't possibly talk about.
I know.
I tell you, that we're going in the direction of having 2 different types of transmission for video. One is where we can actually see your comments, show them on screen, and that is interactive networking. And the second way is pure broadcasting, and that's where things are headed. Because what you want to be able to do, I'm just going to share my screen for a moment. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I can. So I'm going to share screen. Excuse me a moment. It says share screen down there, and over to a Chrome tab, and pick a Chrome tab, and that's it. Okay, so we're sharing a screen. We're on Restream today, and I'm going to bring that into the broadcast. And hopefully, if I go to the page, this is not going to work, Nick. I know it's not. But I'm going to refresh the page. I'll probably lose the connection once I refresh. Oh, darn. Hang on. Should be coming back, and it says stream. Come on, you can do it. Yes.
Yay.
Okay. What we're working towards, and the way things are headed, is to actually be able to broadcast to your website. And you should see Nick and I on the left-hand side in a moment, possibly. This is one of these occasions where it's actually not working. Let's try this page. Okay.
Oh, so it'll be good though.
It'll be good here. We love this.
Caster.io.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Hopefully in a second. It's thinking about it. There we are. Okay, synergy. It stopped screen sharing there. Okay, so we stopped screen sharing. So you're back to Nick and I. And I'm going to screen share again because that nearly worked. But we do want to show you one that's working.
Yeah.
The way things are going.
I'll
share it again. Mute the sound. And come back. And hopefully this time. Hang on.
Hey.
Sorry about the folks screen sharing. That's that's an experiment too far, I think.
Oh. Well, that's the joy, isn't it? That's a nice thing of being able to just do that with our own show, and we can just try those sorts of things.
Yeah.
And it's all fine.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I mean, it basically, if you don't try it, then you're never going to know whether it works or not. And Roz is back, and Roz is saying, I don't want all the SG, so many satellites and space junk out there. 5G. Okay. And is it any Twitch comments that you can bring onto screen? It would appear so at the moment, yes. We're actually live on Twitch and on Facebook. Yeah, to our own web. We almost got there today.
Oh, I just realised. Yeah, I just realised Rosbuddy's on Twitch. Yes.
Yeah. And Ros is saying something which is true. It's fun pressing all the buttons and playing. Yeah. Yeah. So today we're not seeing any comments through from Facebook. So we do have the tech issues. So we're talking about microphones, and just to complete, mine is an Audio Technica AT2100, I think. And it is very important. So microphones are important. What about cameras?
Well, I'm using a webcam, whatever it's called. I can't think what it's called. Sorry,
C920, C922.
That's the fella. A C920. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and it's great. You just plug it in the back of your computer, and it works fine. And it will zoom in and out if you need it to, or it'll focus, and you can set the white balance, and you can do all sorts of things with it. And it's pretty good. Pretty good. I don't mind it. Although I might try using my phone next time just to see what the difference might be.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, we could both do that because we've both got many different stands to show off, so we could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, you can come in as a guest on a Be Live, a StreamYard, or a Restream show with your mobile phone, and you don't have to do anything special. You just have to have the phone switched on, and it's so easy and straight. Just a note: I'm live in the Be Live as a group tomorrow. No, not the Be Live as a group. Sorry, it's the Be Live streaming community. It's been renamed, and I can't get used to it.
Be live streaming community. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Belivers are gone. So Be Live streaming community live tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK, 6 p.m. in Belgium, and the topic for tomorrow is something along the lines of how to nail your first stream with no hassle.
Ooh.
How to nail your first stream with no hassle. So, thinking caps on. All ideas right at the moment.
That's a bold claim.
Well, yeah, but basically, we know that the first hurdle you have to overcome in live broadcasting is the most important piece of equipment in any live broadcast. And it's not really equipment, it's yourself.
Yeah.
And you've got to be able to get yourself into the frame of mind where you can treat. I know, at the moment, I'm talking to you. We know that Roz is listening and commenting, but we're unaware of anybody else in the audience. Yeah. And it's just a friendly chat. And you've got to get from the stage of being afraid or afeared of going live to getting to the friendly chat stage. And Brits, and we're famous for this, we do not like to show ourselves up. We do not like to make mistakes. We not like to be seen other than at our best. And that is a cultural problem. And you've come across that, Nick. You must have done.
Oh, totally. In fact, I'm in one of the trainings I do with the Digital Experts Academy. They have a group in the mentors called the 90-day video journey, and that's where we encourage people to actually, shoot videos every day if they can, and they don't necessarily have to be a live stream video, but it's just getting used to shooting videos, making their own ads, and just appearing in front of camera, because it's the same thing. It's people just hate doing things which put themselves out there. But it's interesting that the number of people, particularly when literally, just as I did earlier on today, just being able to just have a live stream with you front and center talking for 3 minutes, the number of people that find that so not even difficult. So it's just a total block. It's just like, I cannot do it. I will not do it. I won't know what to say. I'll look an idiot. I'll freeze. And actually, it's the easiest thing on the planet to do. Once you've got over that mental block in your head, it's super easy and super fun. And it's just, I always say, just imagine you're chatting to your best mate or your wife or your husband, dog, whoever you chat to normally that doesn't give you a hard time. So maybe it won't be your wife. Then yeah, just imagine it's them, and that's and I just think you're only chatting to one person. It's just me and you, and that's it. But it is such a blocker for people, and it's really interesting to see people in this 90-day video journey. It's so lovely to see people where they say, "Oh my God, this is my first Facebook Live. I've never done one before," and then a couple of weeks later, you can't shut them up. They're fine. They're happy. No one's died, and actually, they probably looked at it back and thought, "Oh, do you know what? I wasn't that bad." So, but then the other way is just to develop an attitude of like, it doesn't really matter. So, if you're probably the same, Stephen. You've had so many muck-ups and things go wrong that it doesn't really bother you. It's just like, okay, no. I'll do another.
No, it's after a while you realise that we're not primetime television. We're not watching. We are not presenting the news or creating drama most of the time. Sorry, I didn't mean to. This is not primetime television. This is hopefully educational, informative, but entertaining as well. And that's the key. Not to take yourself too seriously, because things are going to happen. Things are going to go wrong. My favourite, my bête noire, is actually switching my microphone off and forgetting to switch it back on again. And that's easy done. And the thing that happens then when you switch That's my favourite. That's my favourite. I can't stop it, especially when you're showing videos.
Exactly, and everyone's done it. Everyone's done it. My favourite one at the moment is clicking on if I'm sharing a screen and then clicking on something and it switches to another tab. I forget to then switch to that other tab.
Yeah, been there, done that. We've both got the T-shirt on that. So you need persistence, patience, and a sense of humour. And if you've got those three, and sense of humour is probably the most important.
Definitely.
I mean, there's a saying is that drop your ego at the door before you come in, and if you can do that, and you are important, but you're not the importantest thing that's actually on screen. It's your content, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes. If you're giving good content, and again, it goes back to being audio as well, as you were saying earlier. Good content that people can hear. That's fine. That's the most important thing. I mean, I don't know whether you've done it. I did this the other day. I was walking along, and I had a webinar that I was catching up on, and I just stuck it on my phone and put my phone in my pocket and had it on my earphones. And it was like, I didn't need to see the guy. I was happy just absorbing the information while I was having my walk.
Yeah, I mean that's the great thing. You can take and use it as a podcast, and take it with you. Yeah.
It is. Well, maybe I was going to say, maybe Stephen, we should do one day about repurposing once you've done it.
Okay, shall we do that next week? Shall we do it on Be Live?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Can we?
Well, you know that Nick and I are about pushing technology forward and using it to its fullest, and hopefully not breaking it. Well, we're going to try something on Be Live next week, and looking forward to that. Nick, it's over to you.
That'd be brilliant. Oh, thank you, Stephen, as always, for having the show as well. That's it, everyone. For us, we are here every Monday at the same time, same place, 3 p.m. UK time and 10 a.m. on the Eastern time, with amazing effects and pushing the limits as to what we can get away with when we live streaming. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next Monday. Thank you.
Bye. That was strange.